Hello, viewers. Welcome to 2020. My name is Apostle Dokeno, and this is Majesty Christian Television Network. Today we are bringing something we think you will like. So join us as we air this very broadcast. Our topic today is gender issues as barrier to social and cultural integration. Think about this topic once again. Does it mean anything to you? It's high time we begin to puncture some of the things which we think have been barrier to our social and cultural integration in the different countries that we are in. So, as an introduction, in this broadcast, we are devoting some attention in gender issues. As you know, gender has to do with perception and beliefs about the roles of men and women in the society. This has condemned women and men to certain roles, and often the scales are not balanced. So today's changing society has redefined these roles. However, the cultural and social baggage carried along by some still pose a huge barrier to social and cultural integration among both gender. So we'll be examining various activities which will still promote gender bias in our society with a view to correcting them. Our panel today comprises of men and women who are well-read and versatile in this topic. So some of them are actually community leaders, so they are going to tell us what they feel about this very topic. So we encourage you to join us by Facebook, or you can also join us direct by Majesty TV. You can also make contact with us by WhatsApp, sending your questions, and then we think we will be qualified to answer them for you. And if you have contributions, please feel free to call the studio line, which is 020 160. Permit me to introduce our guests to you. So from my left, we have the president of the Igbo Union here in the Netherlands, Mr. Edmund Maduakolor. Welcome.
Thank
Please
you.
do. Welcome.
Thank you.
Are you happy to be here?
Yes, I'm very, very happy.
We are privileged when we have you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We have Mr. Kamal, Mr. Obalade. You all know Obalade Suya, and the director of Obalade restaurant is here. Mr. Kamal, welcome to this edition.
Thank you for having me on your show.
You know, each time we have you, we are so privileged because this is a busy man.
Thank you.
And we know that Sunday and Saturday, they are your days.
Oh, yes.
So we cannot really pay for what we are getting, but we are very, very happy that you are here.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, we also have the CEO of Miss Ezinne, and her name is no other person but Mrs. Cecilia Achonu. She's here. Mom, say hello to your people.
Bless you all.
Ezinne means good mother. So she is an advocate for that. She believes that women must be equally represented in everything that they are doing, and not only that, they must show good example of motherhood. And we have our own person who is also here, Mr. Chinedu Nzekwesi. Chinedu just joined us today, and we hope that Chinedu, you're gonna make yourself available and patronize Majesty TV. Like this other ones, they've been coming. Each time we search hand and we call them to come and contribute with their quota, they always come. So today we grab you, and we are very glad that you are here. Say hello to Majesty viewers, please.
Hello. Hello, viewers. I hope you are going to enjoy our discussion today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that is it for now. And are you all comfortable with this topic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is everybody comfortable with this topic?
Yeah.
Gender issue. Oh, I can see that you are even here. We are not balanced because we're supposed to be 3 men and 3 women. But now the thing is already playing out here. So we hope you'll be very happy to share this, whatever you have inside you, which you think the way it must be. Share it with our viewers, and let's see how far we can go with this. So the first question is a story I'm going to tell. And in Cameroon, a young woman called me and told me this story, that she needed counseling, and the story is that she was denied as a firstborn. She was the firstborn in that family, and then she was being instructed by her father and the mother that she will never marry before the younger brother. At the same time, when it was time for education, she was not allowed to go to school before the younger brother. In other words, the younger brother has to be the one to make choice, go to school first, marry first, before she will be considered. So in that process, people were coming to her when she was ready to marry, because by virtue of being the first child and being a woman, she has all the attributes of a woman. So women normally grow, or young girls grow faster than boys. Now people were coming to marry her, but the parents were the inhibition. So that sort of put pain in her heart, and then she has grown, not being married till now, and she has rejected herself. Right. So she said, how will she come out of this? Then I was wondering, I said, how could a society or a family deny a young woman to this level in this modern age? This is not right. So how will she handle the pain she has incurred from her family, incurred this pain among her siblings? Because she ended up not only disliking her parents, but also the other siblings who are male folks. And that has always been playing out that way in that part of the world. So what do you think we have to do to this sort of tradition in this modern day? Everybody is allowed to answer spontaneously, but I can start with Mr. Obalade.
Thank you, viewers, and I hope that is my contribution that's a fall to your understanding, because this particular aspect that the Reverend just explained to me, I felt very bad about that. This treatment is it's been long. I have a thing like that still happening in our society, but just to let us know that there are things that are still happening around us, but we don't have access to those information because of how we have already believed that our sources in the area of gender is working out very well. But with this now, that means we still have a little bit backwardness, and we need to deal with that.
Yes.
Parents in these days have already come to an understanding, seeing so many things that happens that is in the gender issue thing, that girls are coming up doing things that you can really not imagine.
Yeah.
In the past, you see what happened also in the tennis world. In the tennis world, the female also came up to protest and said, we want our salary to be increased. We're working so hard as the men are doing,
yes.
And then why is our salary a little bit not that is comparable? So the society of that's a tennis player sat down and they think about it, and things is working with the female part right now. They are very happy with how it's been handled. So this is already giving us a kind of gleam light that we have something going on, and people are going away from the old mentality of thinking that women cannot do this, and this is what the women should do. Or if a child happens to be a boy, and then it's a junior one, we immediately being elevated to a certain level because of his gender.
Yeah.
We are already thinking that is being so minimized, but with this that you are coming up, and also in the core Africa, like in Cameroon,
yes,
this kind of a thing taking place, it means it needs to be addressed.
Yes.
I'm very sorry for this young lady going through such a thing, and then I will not advise her to lose hope, or to see herself as nothing, but to believe that there already in the world there are people like us, the way we are sitting right now.
Yes.
We are giving it to the world again, telling them that no, that problem that we thought is being somehow minimized is still in part of Africa.
That's
where
why
we still need to address.
Yes.
So we still need to go back there and tell the people that no, that is not is not well done, because that is not the way this young lady should be treated.
Yes.
The young lady should be treated according to their that is, you can see that even sometimes you are a senior brother in a family, and your junior sister, just like you said, the rapid growth, they have this blessing.
Yeah.
The Lord God bless the women that you see in most of the time they are faster, they are even smarter.
Yeah, it's true.
We understand by the way of the science.
Yeah.
The scientists has proved it that the women brain keeps more memory than even that of the man.
Okay.
They are fast in thinking.
Yes.
And they are even good in numbers
than
us.
It's true.
And it is
that's
scientifically proven.
Yes,
Either we want to go into say we know. Of course, the Lord God has endowed the men with a lot of wisdom. But God does not leave the women also and say they are just nothing.
No.
And that is the only time when we now accept that the women are also blessed in that form.
Yeah.
It is then we can get the goodness of the women.
Amen.
But if we still have our belief that the men have to carry, that's why a lot of men is dying of heart attack.
Yeah, because they don't allow women to have
we're carrying the whole thing, believing that I have to be the one to know the accounts.
Yeah,
I have to be the one to know everything. Family, this one, then you have to see me first.
Yes.
You don't have to talk to my wife. Talk to me first.
Can you imagine?
Some of these things need to
readdress.
We need to readdress it.
So that means we are saying that the cultures or the traditions which are not which are not really helping us must be forfeited now.
It must be forfeited because it's affecting us.
It's affecting us.
If you look at the statistic, the men are dying before the women.
It is true. And we don't want them to continue to be dying.
Why are the men dying because of the women?
It's
because we refuse to share our load.
Yeah.
The load is heavy.
Yeah.
And we have to share them. We have to call the women to ourselves to come.
Yes.
Let's do this together. Now, when the father is saying to the girl, you won't marry.
Yeah.
Until your brother is married.
Can you imagine
what if this young lady happened to marry somebody that will now come into the family? Because that is why we are family. That is why we are marrying too. We marry to one another so that this family go into this family and they become one.
Yeah.
And in every way where we can help ourselves, we can help one another.
Yes.
But if the young lady is locked down because of the man,
the brother.
May God have mercy. May God have mercy.
Thank you so much.
That lady should not forget that we are talking about her, and I believe that maybe one way or the other, the father will also
hear this
and know that he himself is tying his own future down.
Exactly, but this is not about the father alone. This is about the tradition that is going on in that part of the world.
Of course, then the tradition needs to be addressed.
Let me hear from others, please. Thank you so much. Let me hear your views.
Yeah, my own view is that that is the mentality of the old people, of the tradition of those people. The father still believe in that old mentality that the boys must go to school before the ladies, which is not good, because denying the lady they not going to school, not to marry, is not good for the lady.
Yeah.
Because if they have denied the lady not going to school and allow her to marry, by now maybe the husband might send her to school learn from there. He knows something, and also like Obalade has said, it will be a help for the family, because and the lady will be happy. Maybe by now have gotten his own children.
Yes.
So the children and be happy, and so that do every other thing that she's supposed to do. But my advice to the lady is that he should not lose hope. Even Hannah in the Bible did not lose hope. At last, God gave him a child. Her own husband is coming. We should pray, and another thing, let him go to a living church where he can learn about Bible, about knowing God, about how to pray and list, and go to, from there he can be joining the choir, the other things they are doing in the church. They can know something about God, and know from there, learn small thing about book. Then from there, God will bless him with a husband, and by then he will have his own children.
Yes.
So he should not lose hope in any way at all, because the hope is never lost. But the father or this thing, they should go out from that old mentality, because nowadays women are good in everything.
Everything, yes, it's true. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much.
My own contribution here is, this tradition is a very old one, even right from the Bible. Person like the in-law to Jacob. Jacob had to serve
Laban, yes,
for 7 years for a particular woman. But Laban thinking that, how can the younger one marry before the first one?
Yes.
So he switched it.
Yes.
And then the same Jacob had to serve for another 7 years. It's a very old tradition.
Yeah,
it's not easy to be changed. Again, this recently, I would say it to a particular family. It doesn't happen in every family these days. Some parents understand, some don't. So when you just have to leave, keep the first one waiting, you are destroying her life.
Exactly.
At a particular age, she'll be too old to get married. So what have you gained from here? It's a matter of understanding. That's the way I'm going to. That's the way I put it. It happens also where we come from. Also, it happens that way. A particular area where we come from is now a lot of women who supposed to have married earlier, or because of the bride price anyway. So nobody came to marry them. And then they overstayed. Now that they changed the bride price, the women, people want to start marrying them. But the old one said it's over their dead body. It has to remain like that. So when you go to that particular area, you see a lot of matured ladies who are not married. Because of the bride wealth. I call it negative tradition. That is hampering or hindering the women in Africa. But when men have to, when they talk of training men before women in a family where there's no money, they prefer training men. And they know that the women, even if you train them, they'll still get married. If you use the whole money to train a woman and eventually she marries a man who does not even, who think that he was overcharged, he will still seize the woman. So that is why they prefer training men, because men have to stay in the family and women get married. Things are really changing. They haven't even fully changed anyway, but we hope that it will.
But even if they get married, they still can answer their father's name together with their husband's name. Because it's a combination of the two families.
Has it started having that women answer their father's name while married?
What are you talking about?
In England, where we come from.
It's now happening.
It's happening. I'm not
aware of that. My father's name is there.
Both of them have passport. But those people that don't have passport, when they're married, they change automatically to the husband's name.
Children normally answer their father's name.
Well, of course we know.
Yeah, that is the thing. That's why they prefer training men more than women, because women get married and answer another person's name.
Can you imagine
that? Is if they don't have a family where there's no money anyway, where there's enough money, everybody will be trained.
I think that's at a time people should start thinking that it is not okay for you to determine the future of a family. In the past, this so-called determining the future of children or family has really get into I don't know. I don't want to that's a point finger to any tribe or whatever. I just think that it has been a thing that when you look at a boy, you say, oh, this boy is going to be successful because he's a boy. Who tell you the boy is going to be successful? Who tell you who has given you that?
And the way they look at the girl,
and what about the boy? Then the boy is going to be successful.
And what about the girl?
And the girl, she's going to marry.
No, but
as success only is
marriage.
She's going to get married.
It's about the name.
Do you understand?
But we didn't feel this, because my father, being a traditional leader, didn't discriminate with the children anyway. So he
must have been very civil.
He was.
Because being a traditional leader, they'd want him to do something that others will follow. So if he starts doing it like he's praising a girl, then it must be that is his position.
No. My father was always telling my community that they have to train the girls and train the boys as
they will
well.
start threatening his position as a traditional leader.
Oh, really?
And say, you don't wear skirts. You know, in my place, the very moment you are in the path of the women and you are siding the female, they said, now he's not wearing skirt, he's not wearing trouser anymore. That means they are reducing your manhood to that fact that you are no longer being a man, because you are not tough and you are not speaking very hard on the women. You are being gentle. Or even, do you know that we have a problem also, because we Africans have not been really into it. I'm sorry for the viewers, because they may say that I'm wrong in that area. We've not been addressing our women as darling, love, sweet, honey. We don't address them with those sweet names. Because we are not brought up with it. The very moment you are doing it again, do you know that I have a family, just of recent, they were talking to me and they said, do you know that it is later we realized that this honey they were doing was not real. I said, what happened that the honey was not real? He said, when we were hearing this honey, we all as a family will fold our hands and we're looking at where that honey will end. At the end of the day, the man and the wife fought, they had a problem, and then they have to separate. And he said, I told you the woman did not love him. Because we, the family of the man, we are looking at them. This only a thing. That means that now when you are owning your wife, you are afraid of the day you are going to fight. Because the very moment you fight, your family will say the honey don't end.
Please.
Let me come in, starting from the letter the lady wrote from Cameroon.
Yeah.
You see, there is something we need to understand. Tradition, it's one of the problems we have in Africa.
Okay.
I'm not saying that our tradition is not good, but there are some traditions that are old so much that it's no longer play a role in this modern world.
Exactly.
There are certain things you do because of tradition, and to change the mindset of somebody, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's true.
And this man that is doing this thing, if you check out in that particular side of Cameroon, you will see it's in the village. because when you are closer to the city, there are certain things you don't do.
Yes, it's true.
And if the girl is a spouse, even if you tell the girl to sit down, the girl will not sit down.
Exactly.
Because of what? Because the girl has been exposed to information, exposed to education.
Yeah.
There are some girls that can sit in the city and sat for exam and they pass and they get scholarship with or without their parents.
Okay.
But when you are in the village, you don't have access
to school.
You don't have access to school.
Yes.
You don't have access to anything. It's unfortunate that this girl fall into this situation.
Yes.
Africa, the whole of Africa, we have this problem. It's not that it's only in the Cameroon.
Yeah.
The whole of Africa, we have this culture barrier. We have this tradition that is playing role in everything we do.
Exactly.
The African culture believes that if you don't have a male child, nobody is coming to replace you.
Can you imagine that?
And that is replace your name will be lost. And that is the reason why they are behaving the way they are behaving, some of the parents.
Yes.
But if you know what it is, there are some families, I found out some families, even in my mother's family, it's the girls that are taking care of the family.
Men, yes.
The parents now, you understand what I'm saying?
It is so.
There are a lot of issues that is tied down to this problem. And a lot of people have suffered so much, and that's why it's coming into limelight and people are knowing about it.
Yeah.
I just want to advise this girl to look for an NGO, non-governmental organization that deals with gender inequality.
Yes.
Because if she can get across to those people,
or
if we know the particular area she come from in Cameroon, we can link her up to any non-governmental organization that can help her and build her up with vocational studies and all those things. She can learn something and start her life from there.
Okay.
One of the things I know about life is that when you have opportunity and somebody has to hinder that opportunity, it plays a lot of role in your life, growing up and becoming a human being to the society.
Okay.
A lot of people has bitterness, not because of any other thing, but because they are they have taken their opportunity.
Yes.
And so they find out that they don't have that opportunity again.
Anymore. Yes,
and when they see others that have that opportunity, they say, this is the opportunity I supposed to have, but I did not.
Yes.
And that is why some of them are having a lot of issue.
Yes.
Like this girl now.
Yeah.
For this girl to become a normal behaved human being, she has to go some serious therapy.
Counseling, yes.
I'm telling you the truth, because this girl will never see anything about the father. Maybe when any good thing about the father or the parents, when this kind of thing is happening, the parents did not mean harm.
Okay.
You understand? But that is the tradition. That is what I'm saying. There are some of the traditions that are supposed to be wiped away.
It's true.
There are some of the traditions that are supposed to be upheld and hold very, very well. Because any country or any place that doesn't have culture or tradition, that people are lost. But there are some traditions that have overstayed their welcome. It has to be wiped out of, removed from the society. Because it's hindering growth, it's hindering progress, it's hindering success.
It's true.
That is my contribution on this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I want to just chip in a little bit into what my brother just said now. And because of I work with NGOs,
Yeah.
and then we know exact problem that we've been facing in trying to make people trust NGOs.
Yeah.
I will kind of advise that our program reach more to the parent.
Yeah.
You see, young ladies who are victims of parents that is abused or whatever, and run to NGOs has also come back with a lot of stories, which we have not been able to
address,
ascertain or address.
Okay.
And for that reason, I think our job mostly was to tackle these traditional that is practitioners.
Yes.
And then these people who wouldn't let us have a social that is an interaction in the way that it is right now. We cannot really emulate the world the way they go with their understanding with culture. But our culture, because we refuse to address it.
Yes.
That is one of the problems. We refuse to address it, and the reason why we refuse to address it, I will just say it. I'm not going to be very that's a district about it. Religion has taken it away from us.
Okay.
We focus more on religion than that particular thing that means us.
Yes.
Religion comes for the human. The
Yeah.
human does not come for the religion.
No.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And that means the real thing that is our religion is our tradition.
Okay.
But when we now wanted to meet with a super god,
Yeah.
then we go into choosing which religion will suit our spirit.
Okay.
And that is the reason why we come. But the very moment we attend into religion, we forget about the tradition. And now the people who were supposed to look into the tradition and fix it are no longer doing it, and people are now abusing it.
Wow.
Because normally how life should be is that we climb from stage to stage of life. And that is the reason why we know, oh, this is no longer fitting into our society. Let us not deal with this anymore. And that is the only way you can help these children. If we go by, okay, let the children go out, or because of their social that's an interaction with other people or cities and so on, look at where they end up. They end up in that's a Naramali's video. And that's what happened to those children who ran away from home, who were looking for NGOs.
Yeah.
That's where they will end up, Naramali's video.
Wow.
And then you can see everything, because I was teaching also just last week in the program I have. I'm telling the people, why are we reducing the quality of women?
Okay.
Why is women quality being reduced to the extent that we need to believe that the only way we sell our video is when we put them dead?
Yeah.
That is the only way we sell those things.
Exactly.
And nobody's addressing this right now.
No, people are addressing
Sometimes ago, the Americans find a way to address this nudeness.
It's
and then you can see in their community, they are somehow drawing it back.
Yes.
They're taking it back. But we are fully into it right now.
Yes.
And that is the reason why we do want those parents to be educated. We want to talk to the parent. It's the parent that needs to be dealt with.
Yes.
When we talk to the parent, and the parent know what they are losing by minimizing the right of their daughters.
Yeah.
Because if the daughter can no longer enjoy the environment of home, or feel that she's something, then she wanted to be something.
Yes.
And sit down with those guests on those videos and ask them the reason why they are doing it. They want to make money. And when you make money, what do you want to do? My father, my mother, I want to feed my brothers. That is the same thing. That is why they were doing all those things. They were not doing it only because they want to elevate themselves alone, because they have a family problem, they have all those things. So I will go back there again, that the people that we really need to talk to is like the father of that young lady.
Yes.
To understand that there's holding these children down,
yes,
you're holding your future down.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
What I want to contribute is that talking to the father doesn't really matter a lot, because maybe there's some father, before you talk to them, they will not listen. But if we say that we maybe talk to the traditional ruler, then like the king, first to talk to them, so that they can be able to understand. And the lady first must to go to NGO, so that not to run to there, so at least to have a little experience of what is happening.
Yes.
So that when you talk to the father, when the father asks her a question, she can be able to stand and answer some questions, or ask their father some questions, because there are some people who cannot stand even in the presence of their mother to talk, how much more of their father. You understand? So that's the thing, that you have to make them know that like your father and your mother have to talk to them, have to anything you have that you are feeling, have to tell them you are feeling, that you have to talk to you like a mother and child, father and child, so that everybody have a good rapport over what is happening.
Yes.
Because if you cannot talk to your father, like this lady now, maybe she don't have the right of talking to the father or telling her anything, even from the time she was born till up to now. Maybe she's a grown-up girl. So, and if you don't give her the insight of this is what you do. Maybe have your own confidence, be confident in yourself, and then talk to somebody. They cannot kill you.
Okay.
So
What I want to put here is, remember, there's a difference between European culture and African culture. We're talking about this in between now. So these people you are trying to make to change their mind. This is the way they were brought up.
Yeah. That is.
If you want to talk about it, change, it's yet to come. Because this is the way what they know about, the life they know. Allowing these girls to get married, but these girls in future will know that the best way is when you have good boys and everybody's supposed to be treated equally.
Yes.
But right now, this is the way. You can't tell a mother who was I was not sent to school. My senior brother had to go. My daughter had to go. And then, unless you have experience and then that is beneficial to you, can you say yes? It was a mistake.
Okay.
Otherwise, everybody would think every woman, like my parents or younger than me, they will always think I didn't go to school. I don't know why
I survived. I did well.
I did well. But,
look at me.
Many very tell me, I tell that those days are more organized.
Yes.
I mean, those women of those days are more organized.
That is the area. That's the area.
If you are trying to tell that you want to introduce European culture,
that is the area I want to come in.
They will not. It's not going to be easy for them to change. Cannot be overnight.
That is the area.
It might come, but not yet.
I want to come in that area.
Yes.
Because there is something you need to understand. The tradition is so much imbibed in us that to take out that tradition or that culture, you need to deculturize the person in order to culture the person again. Because if you don't remove that mindset, and the only way you can remove that mindset is to show the person example.
Yes.
That there are these ladies that have gone to school
exactly.
and they are doing well.
Exactly.
If the person can be able to see how they are doing well, how they have studied and do well, then the person will be able to, you don't need to educate the person much. But one of the things I have to say, in essence, is this. Number one, education is a key role in a gender inequality, integrating them or mar them in the society. Education, because those days, the boys or the men will go to school, the women will not go. Even if they go, there are certain levels they need to get to. If you decide to get to PhD level as a woman, they will ask you for why. Why are you doing that? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with a PhD?
Yes.
Go and marry first. Then, if you want to stay in your husband's house and go, that is the concept. No, secondly, in our culture, in African culture, women are meant to do the chores, the domestic chores. They are meant to stay home and take care of the children.
Yes.
So, why are you educating them when they are supposed to stay at home? This is the mentality. So now, if you are not educating them, and they are taking care of the children, you are the one that is doing the work. You are the one that is going out. You are the one that has the freedom. You are the one that does everything because of the tradition concept.
Yes.
Now, if the woman decided to go and work or do petty trade, she will go out and you will go out. All of you will come the same time, and you expect the woman to cook.
Go to the kitchen again.
You expect the woman to take care of the children, bathe them, and do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, you find out that in this modern world, it doesn't work like that. And that is the problem we are having, the crashes and the failing of marriages, failing of families in this context. Number one, here, if you want to mar the tradition of Africa here, that is why a lot of Africans come over here, they have a lot of issues. Because they expect the same thing. But forgetting that in African culture, there is a provision for a man. There is a lot of provisions that as a man you get. But here, you pay for everything. You pay for your house, you pay for everything. If you are the only one working, it's very difficult for you to survive here. So now, if here they don't have who is man and who is woman in terms of pay, because if a woman is working and the man is staying home, it's the man that takes care of the children here. But if it's an African context, the man will say, like, I will not do that. It's not in our line. So these are the issues we need to understand. Yes. Education and orientation matters a lot.
It's true.
You see, if we can be able to, whenever we run to this place or Western world, we decide to imbibe and take their culture, forgetting that if you want to take the culture, you take it 100%. You don't take haphazardly. You take the one you like and leave the other ones. It doesn't work like that. So if you want to bring African culture here, then you are going to enter problem.
Yes, and that's
because if you are coming here and your wife is here, your wife is working, you are working, then you have to share the work. This is their culture here. Otherwise, it will hurt you. But in African context, it's not like that. You have people that can help you.
Are you saying that these things are not changing in Africa? Because I don't know the
Africans
are talking about.
It's changing, but the speed is changing. It's minute. It's not much, but it's changing. If you go to let me take an example.
Because before, sorry to just cut you.
Go ahead.
Before, we have this adage that says the woman's place is in the kitchen.
Yes.
So that means even when she is not healthy, she will still end up in the kitchen.
But
she's doing everything just to be in
the
kitchen.
But I must understand this
thing.
When
her life is at risk, she will still be in that kitchen.
I must understand
that's the same thing now.
No,
because it's no more.
Like in Africa, you see, most men are the CEOs, while the ladies are not. Even in Africa, there's some certain level a woman can attend. But here in Western world, you see, the most ladies are CEO here. And you see, there's enough good work for everybody here, so that everybody is looking very fine, and they pay equal. But in Africa, they don't pay equal. You see, at times ladies pay, no matter the level of education, before you become a CEO, it's very hard, and the money they pay you is not enough.
Well, even here, they don't pay equal, as you guys are saying. They don't really pay because there's still something.
You say something. You say that age in
the women are still protecting on that.
You said African adage. It says that women, their role is in the kitchen. Remember the one of the president in Africa, when they asked him question in Germany, he said something. He said that the wife place is in the bedroom.
Please don't.
So what I want to say.
So is the culture, is the tradition.
I want to chip in something because
go ahead.
I love hearing from you, and that is the reason why we should sometimes look at the situation of things and then be able to explain what you.
Sir, before you chip in, somebody's watching. Family is watching in Austria, Vienna, Austria. So they say the program is very nice. They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Laura, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
What I'm trying to say here is, if we that is that we that were immigrants, that we integrate into this society. Want to explain the culture of the West. Sometimes we don't know that we actually have the same kind of culture, related culture, but because of the way it is packaged, because you need to make a provision for something where you want to change something.
Yes,
that is something about us. We don't make provision for something when we are changing something. We all are sitting right here now saying that we have to change mentality, but when you want to change a mentality, have you already made a provision for what they will understand? Because when they are dropping that, they need to know what they are taking up. Now, let me give you a little that is a live experience. I live in how do we call it here? You can call it Dorop, or you can call it village or whatever.
Yes.
I live
among. Village in
I live more. I live more among the family Dutch.
Yeah.
And what I enjoy is I'm like seeing the same thing I've seen in Africa.
Really?
But it's in another way. Totally another way.
Yeah.
I've seen women are given only 2 hours to work, and the rest hours they will be home. I've seen women, Dutch women, white.
Yeah.
They are cleaning the house and they are getting meal ready for their husband because the husband will return around 5:30 to 6.
Okay.
And all what they do at that hours, I even have a neighbor.
Yeah.
The only job she do is taking other people's children, kindergarten. Keeping the children in her home. She's getting salary from that.
Okay.
She's been to school. She's educated. She have diploma.
Yeah.
But she's married.
Yeah.
And now, because they are Christian state where I come from, in that state,
Okay.
they are still maintaining that particular area of the family, being able to bring up children that will match into the future tomorrow, so that we won't have all kind of Naira Marley girls on our stage. We won't have those people taking care of us.
Yeah.
So you see, the only thing we need to understand is that they have already packaged this thing that we are troubling ourselves about. They have those problems sometimes ago. They have women dropping school for male.
Yeah.
They have also mentality of father trying to send the boy to school. The girl sitting, I had, when we came here newly, we used to sit down with families and they are telling us about their experience, what it has been in the past for them, how they treat women, how they treat men higher than women. So it's not going to be like African problem alone. It is only because there is no provision for those people who would drop those old culture to go into a new culture. There's no provision, and who had to do that? The government has to introduce new way of having, look here now, if your child don't go to school, you're in trouble.
Yes.
You are in a big trouble if your child don't go to school here. We have people coming home to come and see them and talk to us, and if they cannot come, they invite us to come see them. In Nigeria, I've been there, I've seen a little of that trying to come up, but because of lack of trust, there is so many things that is going on that we could not discuss even on earth because of the way it is. But you see, thank you very much, that is man, for giving us this opportunity to discuss this particular area. If you do not educate your girl very well and you just give them that freedom that we are talking about, you will lose them. You will lose them. Because they are going to be faster than those that already have the right in their hands. They want to that is said, immediately meet up with those people who already know how to treat the right. Here in this part of the world, you can allow a girl of 18 years to own her own life. She will get a house, she will get everything, she will have a mentor. You understand me? She's going to have her own house and she's going to be okay. She go to school from there and come back home and start her own economic life just that way, because she was being what? Taught. She has been taught. She has been educated in that form. We don't have that yet. You understand? So we must be able to let our children. I have girls. I love them. Yes, I love them. You understand? And in my house, most of the time we sit down, we talk. I let my girls know that, look, we still have this particular thing we call African mentality. And the African mentality we have is that we expect you to respect us. And now is that we are expecting. But how do you feel yourself about your father? And my daughter tells me, say, yeah, I will respect you. You know why? You are my father. And everything I needed to see in a father, I'm seeing in you. You're working. You respect my mom. You take care of us. So I will give you that. You don't need to ask me. So I will give it to you. I learned something also from there, because I was thinking that respect, we need to get it out of them. We need to kick their ass, beat them, so that they can. You're not respecting me. Respect me. Respect me.
You have to earn it.
We were thinking that respect have to come automatically.
No, you must earn it.
No, these children is telling. They are the one telling me.
You must earn it.
No, Daddy, don't worry about that respect. We give it to you already, because you know what? You are our dad. You represent yourself as father to us. In the school, I am known. My wife is not even going to there. My wife don't know much about my children activities in the school. I do. In the football, my daughter playing football, I am known even as one of the noise maker. I make big noise when my daughter scores. So, you know, all those things are what they see. But we are not brought up that way. I only come here and I saw how people are doing with their children.
That's what I'm saying. The integration.
And I start integrating with them. And so girls, I start carrying my daughters. I start moving around. I feel so good. I go in Gaston with my daughters in my hand like this, moving, so that people can see.
You've come to realize that baby girls are.
I'm not going to force them to respect me.
I'm
only going to show them that I am worthy of respect. And that is the thing that is going on. We are having problems, and because of even parents here, the problems they are having is so hard that they couldn't even nurture the children.
Please let me just ask this question as it's going. So how then do the people who live here, how are they trying to cope up with these whole issues, because if you are coming from a background where it's like girls are not being valued, and here you are, your wife is giving birth to baby girls. So how are the people living here coping up with it?
Yeah,
you have to cope up.
Hello?
You have to cope up. Because
if you're asking me that question, please let other people answer this question. Like you're asking me that question, I can tell you what they are thinking and what they are saying. Even they call me Baba Girls anyway.
Yeah, because of your daughters. Yes. Because you cannot say the script, please.
They
because
call me Baba Girls.
Oh yeah, okay,
Baba
yeah. Oh yeah, because you don't have baby boys here.
Yeah. So I'm Baba Girls.
That's
That is our.
You can speak.
The thing is that since we came here, like some of us that came here and married to white lady or black lady here, you have to follow the system here, so that you have to be in the system, because if you want to act like African mentality, it cannot work, because you have to, like my brother have said, have to talk about how to share the works. If the woman is going to work and you're going to work, if the woman will go in the morning, then you send the children to school, and the woman will go in the afternoon, and the woman will come back and bring the children back to school. So that's what we do, so that everything works very well. And people talk how we're going to share the money for the expenses, for the house rent and the other things, and for the children.
So when you finish doing that one, just because you are with the white woman. So when you are with a black woman, then what happens? You change.
No, the same thing.
You say the same thing.
I'm saying the same thing, because if you marry a white woman or a black woman here in Western world, not in Africa, because we are here, we are integrated here, and what you have to do is you have to follow the system. Because if you don't follow the system here, you cannot make it.
So just following the system, that means it's not natural. There's no natural law.
Yeah.
You must develop
that is where
no,
I want to come in.
I'm not talking about the natural law.
Said something the other time.
I'm talking about
he said something about
system of work here.
Yeah.
And the children.
He said something about that is the women.
Yeah, because
and then how we expect them to do something sometimes. You see, I cannot know how to convince other people about loving their woman. You see, I love my wife. And one thing I love about my wife is that she works very hard. I work with her too.
Yeah.
But I feel her pain. That is something about me. I feel her pain. I thought if she worked some hours more than me, she would not need to cook. You understand? That is just the way I'm thinking. It's just me. I'm sorry. I'm telling the audience also that I'm sorry. I'm not forcing anybody to think like me.
No.
Just the way I think is, I felt inside my bone that she's tired, and I don't need. And you know the funniest thing about these women too, I'll be telling my wife, "You're tired, please." She said, "No, it's my job to do. Please let me cook for you." I said, "No, let me do this cooking. You cook for more than 50 people in Amsterdam already.
Yes.
Let me also do this cooking." She said, "No, if you cook, you won't enjoy it. Let me cook for you." You know, that is she's sharing love with me.
That's understanding.
You understand me?
Understanding.
She's not forced now to do it.
No.
And she's not in a mentality of thinking like I have to do everything, even when I just come from work.
No.
That is the one thing you need to be able to take away from women. If we men can let them know that we felt what they feel,
Yes.
and they are not giving it to you now out of sacrifice, telling you that please sit down, don't worry. Even if I'm tired, I will still cook for you because I love you. That's a woman talking to you.
Yes.
She's doing it out of her own will.
Yeah.
She's not being a slave.
No.
She's not being forced to do it.
Yeah.
I am standing up and telling my wife, please sit down. I've seen you're walking, running around, cooking, doing everything. Sit down, let me go cook.
Yes.
And she said no. And you know what? My children also know that when we come to the house, they say, "Mama, you are not going to cook." She say, "No, if I don't cook, you guys won't enjoy the food."
Yeah.
And they know that she's happily doing it.
Yeah.
She's not in a forceful way
Yes.
doing it.
Yes.
If men can get down to women in that way, if you can come down to a level of a woman
And
understanding that you know that you can do it, you
Yeah.
want to do it for her,
Yeah.
but she's enjoying our culture. You see, that point of a woman belongs in the kitchen is just a joke.
Okay.
And we shouldn't take it seriously.
At all.
Because I want to tell you, there was a time also, I have been into a family and I wanted to help in the kitchen. And the woman said to me, "My kitchen, nobody goes in."
there.
So because I'm a professional cook, I wanted to help them.
Yes.
My kitchen, nobody comes in. I am the president here. Now, when that particular thing is going on, even in the mind of a woman, and when it is said publicly, then we get offended.
Oh.
Then we get offended. Some men does not have the right to go to the kitchen because the woman don't let them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Of
true.
course, some men don't put hand to take
They
soup.
don't take
They
soup
don't
because the
take
woman
soup
don't let them.
to tell their wives.
The woman. So
That's
how do you
Yes.
change the mentality of
Reality.
such women?
Yeah,
It's bad.
That's
No,
that's-
it's not bad.
It's not
madam.
bad. It's the same. It's the same thing we are talking about.
It's just what we're
the same
talking
way.
about, because when you really want to handle a particular subject,
Is it that the
you
woman
need to
doesn't want-
understand. You need to understand it from the both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The woman don't like it when the man should.
She
She
said
believes,
this is her
she believes
own.
that this is
her
my
own.
office.
Our own
Oh.
office.
Ownership.
You don't have right to go there.
Yeah.
She
and
have
say,
the
Ownership.
mentality.
She have
She
to
have the
bring the food
mentality
to
and
you.
say,
You.
"This is my
My
office.
office.
You can't just
It
go
is,
into my
yes.
kitchen anyhow."
You don't touch anything without my consent.
Oh, no. That's,
When you are even walking to the look, when you are just walking to the kitchen,
Why
they
did
say,
you have fun?
you know,
No, it's the truth.
you know the language they use.
I've seen it.
Hey man, hey oh man, that is not your office. So
Yes, it's true.
don't go there. No go there.
But it's true anyway.
it's happening here.
So
That's
we
our
need
way.
to be
Hallelujah.
able to let the women know that when we want to take those steps, we are
By
willing
helping
to
them.
help them.
Yeah.
Yes.
See.
We don't want to count the meat in the
No.
pot. We don't want to know the rice they are hiding somewhere because they want to give to their sisters. We are not investigating the kitchen. We only want to help.
Yes.
And if you throw us out, then we also have the adage on saying the women belong to the kitchen. They
Yes.
belong to them. And then they will not attack us. I say we can remove that language because the language is no longer funny now.
Yes.
The language is not funny that the women belong in the kitchen. It's
No,
not funny
no,
anymore,
no,
so we can't use it.
not
But
language.
I'm saying that it has been something that has to be replaced because
Yes.
some women have that mentality and believe it.
Wow.
That's the way they
Yeah.
were brought up.
Yeah. See.
That's the way
See.
they are brought
Whether
up.
that's
You can't change it
whether
overnight.
whether they are brought up
Yeah.
in that form
Yeah.
or not.
Their
Yeah.
mothers
We are
told them
talking
that.
about integration.
Integration.
Breaking the barriers.
We
Yes.
have to break
So
it.
when you see that what you are doing is not working out,
Ah, yes.
you have to readjust
We are just.
and find the balance of how things work.
This is
Like what you said, when my wife cook,
Yeah.
I will say, "Oh, let me." He say, "No, don't."
Hey.
But what I normally do is go there in
Yeah,
the kitchen
yes.
and be talking to her.
Yes,
If
this
it's
is good.
onions, I will cut it
Yes.
for her. She will be doing
With
what
her
she's doing.
permission.
That is it.
This one she doesn't need
That is
permission.
it, yeah.
I will just cut it and I will be talking to her.
Yeah.
We'll be gisting and
Yes,
all that.
she need
a
One of the
companion.
things we need to understand is
Yes.
feeling empathy.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes. Thank
you.
When you don't have that empathy,
Yeah.
whatever anybody is doing, you cannot able to feel.
Yes,
Because
it's
when
true.
you feel,
What
like the
they are
Bible
feeling.
says, love your neighbor as yourself. When you don't love yourself, there is no way you can love
When
other
you don't
people.
love your wife, you will not know what she's going through.
So we have to have that mentality. If whatever it is, see, you can be out and be seeing everything and be talking to any girl and be doing anything, but when you come home, your own, that is your wife and your children, you have to take good
People
care
are really
of them.
Watching, though. Sophia Onaifo is watching. Sophia, hello. Thank you for watching. Mr. Ikechukwu, McDonald, Azotalam, thank you for watching. You can also send your contributions.
So,
yeah.
so that is the problem. We have a lot of issues that we are not addressing here, and that issue has to be addressed. We're talking about the girls. How do we integrate or accept girls? Like my brother said, that people will say, "Look, let me tell you. I say to myself that whatever I have, all my children will be able to share. You know, share equally. Whatever I have."
Okay.
Like they make will before you die.
It's,
whatever you have,
it's for all.
The problem of man willing everything to a man or a boy.
Yes.
The era has come and passed.
Yes.
Now they are the
equal.
same.
It's
They are
equal.
the same from the same family.
Yes.
And the children, the girls also struggle financially too.
Yeah.
If their parents are well to do and they're
Even
willing
my
things,
father willed many
they
things to me, more than my
will
brothers.
everything
That's why they are
to
still
all of
busy.
them. Because all of them are the children. When we start to give them power, when we start to accept them, when we start to, instill that in them, that you are part of me, you are the same way this one is, that's the way you are. You are my child, 100%.
Yes.
The boy is my child, 100%.
Yes.
When you start to instill that in the life of that child, as the child is growing up, the child will own it that this is our family.
Yes.
I'm being respected here.
Yeah.
You don't need to force respect or anything, because the child will automatically reciprocate the respect or the love or the you give to the child. And that is the area I want us to understand very, very well. Because this girl-child issue, if you are not careful and thinking that it's only boys that matters, at the long run, it will hit back at the family.
Exactly.
Because sometimes the girls go out from the family, married or get a job in another city. They don't want to communicate with the family anymore because of the way they are treated.
Okay.
So when you have girls, just instill that love and that care in them, and it will show. By the time you get old, by the time you become of age that you cannot help yourself, you will see what you have done to these people. They will reciprocate.
Okay.
Sometimes boys doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, the last-
If I just want to, because before we go, let our viewers have this. Our mothers and then female, they are one of the most important and unique aspect of this world. For them, that's why we are here. We're sitting here.
Yeah.
If I don't have a mother, I won't be a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see this particular area I want to address also, because I have that problem too sometimes ago, and I really try to find a way to
Address it.
minimize it, because
Yeah.
I cannot do anything with it. It is the same girl that will grow up into a mother.
Yeah.
She will have a son,
Yeah.
and she will now say the son is more. You will see some of our mothers, they are the one giving the home to the boys. Even
Yes.
young boys at about 20 something say, now you be papa of the house, so you have to make a decision. Do you understand me?
Yes.
So this type of a thing, that's why I'm talking about when a mentality is going to be picked up,
Yeah.
there's a mentality that needs to be dropped.
Yes.
If our women, our mothers also are equipping the young boys and telling them, now you be the father of the house now.
Yeah.
And telling them that that is the man of the house. When you now have a girl, you have a boy, and every time you want to address them, say, that is the man. Hey, doctor, that is the man. You are giving that thing.
Yes.
You need, that is from the side of the women.
Yeah.
They need to help us too.
To train the
Because
men.
by the time they were just focusing on the man, if a woman is married and she don't have a man, she's in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, I no get boy.
Yes.
Oh, I no get boy.
It's true.
We have to do it in the both sides.
Yes.
The women need to help us
Yeah.
to minimize this greatness given to the men than the
Yes.
girls. And also the father need to understand that these young ladies are so loving. I
Yes.
love my home. When I enter my house,
Awesome.
look, I always miss
I'm
my
so
house
glad you're
because of the
saying this.
girls.
Yes.
They are so funny. If I
Yeah.
just go in, I comes in mostly late,
Yeah.
around 11, 12.
And you see, with this love
And-
you have, that's the way you're gonna love their husbands.
I'm
Their
really going,
husbands will
and
be
that's
like
why
yourself.
I'm
You have to
telling
be lucky.
you.
You have to- you have to be lucky to
he
get
has
the
to
one,
look.
the
And
right one that
I'm
you
not even
love.
going to look. I have told them
Understand.
already.
No,
I
that's
say,
where it's gonna
please,
be.
I say,
the love
bring
my father had from
the
you.
person.
bring
Pass
a
it back
good
to my
boy
husband.
home.
not-
I used to tell them,
not
bring a
everybody's
good boy
lucky.
home. Don't be in a hurry.
Yeah.
I told them most of the time, don't be in a hurry. We didn't have that opportunity
Yes.
that our father would be our friends and talk to us and say,
Yes.
don't be in a hurry. We
Yes.
make a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
But I'm your friend.
Yes.
Don't be in a hurry, girl.
Yes.
Wait till you are going to enjoy your time.
Yes.
And like what I'm telling you, when I enter into my house late, I'm still going to be listening to any one of them. Maybe they are still on their phone or
Yeah.
they are still doing something. And so the moment they know I'm in, they will open their door and say, Daddy, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. I so much enjoy that.
Awesome.
I so much enjoy that.
This is beautiful.
And that is
This-
why you
this
should
is what-
love your girl.
This is your way,
Yeah.
but it's not our tradition.
Exactly.
What is
And-
really your tradition?
Wait,
Exactly.
That's what
Yes, she's right.
let her speak.
She's right. She's right.
But that's it.
No,
If
what
I
is the
say-
tradition?
listen,
Because
That's what she wants to
Yes,
explain.
somebody
Let her
has
explain. Let her
tradition.
explain.
When
Let
you
her
go,
explain.
Which are not happy.
when you go where you
This
come
thing
from,
she's saying, I will
some
tell you
language
something
they're
about
speaking.
that.
It's not the language they're speaking there.
I have asked my
Understand
friend
me?
to play with her
Yeah,
daughters,
yeah,
and she
it's
said,
true.
me playing with my daughter? What do you want the people to think when they see me and
What do
playing
you
with
want
my
the people
daughter?
to- yeah.
Who?
My friend back in Nigeria, I said, you don't listen to your daughter, you don't do anything with them, you don't go out. He said, me? You don't
Why?
see they are already grown up. Me, I go out with my daughter and people start telling me something else. So the mentality need to really be addressed in
And,
that
and
way.
it
We
will
need
take
to address
time.
it.
It will take time.
We
It's
need
not
to
something
address
we
it.
will
It
rush
is not easy.
because this is European.
My
way
own
we are
friend is telling me
practicing.
that because
It's not our way.
he saw me with my daughter, we snap
Yeah.
picture, we do
Yeah.
everything on
Yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
and he
Then
said
they-
he can't do it
No. You see
because
that?
our society does not accept
They
it.
criticize it.
They
Oh,
criticize
really?
it.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
You can say this is what I want, but what do people say? How do they take it?
All right.
So that's exactly what she's saying, eh?
Yeah, tell me.
That's what she's saying.
Okay,
Try
tell
to
me,
understand
after
that
I train my
because
daughter
Obalade is
finish,
doing this one
my
and then you
daughter
want to do
married
the same thing.
Yeah.
You better find a way to.
My daughter married to a different village.
Well,
And
that's
then
the
he bring
same
his,
thing Laura is saying
then he
here.
bring the
She
husband
said
to my
our
own
culture
village.
and that
No.
of Europe is different.
It's different.
different.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
what's
the
the Laura? So are you of the opinion that gender issue is not a barrier to social and cultural integration? Because for me, I think it's still a barrier.
It's a
a barrier.
barrier,
It's a
and
very
because
big one.
because we are addressing
And we
it
need to
now,
address
Yes.
it.
it has started.
Yes.
Because we are
Yes.
addressing it now. It
It's
has
a
been
barrier.
before.
Now,
It's
let
been
me
before.
ask this one more question
And we're
before we
still
sign
doing
off. One more question. You know, the issue of extramarital affairs. When a woman catches the husband in extramarital affairs, she's not allowed to speak about it. Because if she opens her mouth to want to drag it and speak about it, the husband will send her back home.
That should be.
So then the question is she the one supposed
if you want us to talk about this next time, maybe we should talk about
Talk about it next time because
maybe if you want
a
us
lot
to
of
talk about
things have
it, we
to
will
be.
come back and talk about. And I think so many women will fall me on the road if I have to talk about it. Because the women are the women are the jewel of the house. They're the precious of the home. If they bust it out, then the home is done.
Okay.
Look at a big lady like this a woman we have in America. What is her name?
Oprah?
No. This singer. I forgot her name.
Whitney Houston.
No. Beyonce.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Beyonce, look at what she's done. It's not like maybe she's not hot. She's hot. Please, sorry, girls. I'm sorry. I'm not going to, because they can be angry with me. I'm selling food. Look, I'm telling you, if it happens, if the woman busts it out,
Pastor George, you are watching.
then it is bust out. Women can be tolerant. They can take things, but men are not supposed to abuse that.
Okay.
If you abuse that because my woman will not talk, and then you go on to hurt her, you will hurt her to an extent that she want to revenge, and it will not be good. So
no,
we
but
should
even
not
if
take
she
it.
was, they don't give them the permission to, to voice out their emotion.
And even after they voice out,
because when they want to do that, then it boils down to the fact that you want to send her home now.
Yes. Do you see so many places where women has voiced out and it has bounced back on them?
They have to send them home. Yes.
Yeah, do you see where they have voiced out and it bounced back? Even they trust the government to help. The government will get to an extent, and the rest social life of them will remain in the open. But I want to congratulate those women who are standing up for themselves and saying, I don't want to die in a home of violence.
Yes.
A home of violence is wrong.
Yes.
But now, because you are talking about that is a man cheating on their husband, on their wife, and if it's not going violent, I think the woman should seek wisdom and keep her home, just like Beyonce do. Because these days, you get angry with one man, you are gone, you meet another one, you get angry with him again, he'll be gone, you get angry because we have too many beautiful women out there, and they're troubling the men. Sorry.
But all the things you're saying is right. But the best thing to do is to curtail that cheating. That's the most important one.
Yes.
We need to restrain ourselves.
Not to voice and support it.
Because if
that is another thing.
I'm not condoning anything.
Yes.
If a woman will do that, the cheating, how would men feel?
Who die?
I saw we saw a lot of many times on Facebook that women burn the whole house because I saw your husband with another woman. They destroyed it. A pregnant woman killed herself, burnt the whole house, both mother-in-law and the husband, because he saw the man with another woman. It's supposed to know that.
Let's handle this next time.
Next time.
It's simple like that.
It's a big topic on
it. Let no man think that because he's a man, he can always go around and then cheat on the woman and come back and say, be patient.
Exactly.
No, it's not good. We men have to address this. We need to respect ourselves on that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So on this note, I give you 1 minute just to say something to the people who have listened to you. Just 1 minute before you sign off, please.
Okay.
One second.
I thank everybody for listening to us. This is a great message. And the lady we are talking about in the Cameroon, you have heard us. So try and adjust yourself and believe in yourself. Don't be so disappointed. You still have a lot of chances.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
I want to thank the viewers, and then at the same time, just as you know that we are not perfect, but we try our best to make sure that we can put our voice there. Forgive us if in any way we hurt you or we didn't say the thing that you want to hear. But this is just a program that is helping the society and helping our people.
Yeah.
We will continue to reach you as you want to hear from us.
Yes.
And the Lord will continue to endow us with wisdom that
Yes.
we will be able to do what is expected of us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, God bless you. Remember one thing, your peace is more important than anything in your life.
Yes.
So any situation, no matter how ugly it is, that will take your peace away, don't give it chance.
Yes.
Remember, the tradition, European and African tradition are not the same. Always remember where we come from. It will take time. Don't lose hope because your parents did not allow you to marry. Still, no, look around. You will always see people like you and keep on having hope. Don't give up.
Thank you, viewers, for watching this evening. We encourage you to raise your questions and do your contributions even after we sign out. Go to the Facebook, go to the Majestic TV, and whatever you put there, by the next time we'll be able to address it very well.
Yes.
I thank you for watching. Continue to watch Majestic TV.
Thank you.
It will help you.
Yes.
It will help you to know the things that is going on in the world. And we're going to be treating a very nice topics.
Next time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I feel very excited. This has been the best panel. So God bless all of you.
Amen.
Yes, and we look forward to having you again. We look forward to having you. So it has been very wonderful. and we look forward to having the audience we have today. Those of them in the audience who want to participate, feel free to give us a call on 020 3374 160 or 0684 606 550. Tell us you want to be part of this panel, then we can bring you in as well, and then people can hear your own contribution. On this note, I want to say God bless all of you, and we say Happy New Year to them.
Happy New Year!
And then this year is going to be
in area.
It's going to be very prosperous,
Yes.
with long life, and also with no cheating.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
See you again.
Thank you, Jerry.
God bless you.